Good morning, all, and welcome to this lecture of transducers, where we have started studying transducer, and we have completed almost the characteristics and types of transducers. So let us begin with that only in the last lecture itself. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So I guess my presentation is visible to you all. Let us begin with this. So this is what we were trying to study was transducers, right? So let me introduce myself. Myself, Dr. Andy Mishra, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Electronics, Sri Mathura Das Mohta College of Science, Nagpur. And here we are going to study about the here we are going to study about the say semester 4 RTMNU syllabus, right? So paper 2. So let us start with that. So we were working on transducers. I guess we have studied this. What is a transducer? We have completed this. Uh, Transducers are basically the devices which convert one form of energy to other form of energy. It converts the measurand that is to be measured to a usable electrical signal, right? So that is the main job of a transducer, and this is actually what it means. It means that whenever we give a physical quantity, then it will give you a proportional electrical quantity such as voltage, current, resistance, capacitance, etc. So it can change that electrical parameter according to the physical quantity, according to the change in the physical quantity. So this is what we have studied earlier. And yeah, so this is supposed to be the block diagram of transducer. It might contain two portions. It might contain sensing element one, and then the other portion is the transaction element, which is actually going to give you the changes in the electrical quantity. Right. So this was a small block diagram of transducer. Then, yeah, these are some of the characteristics which are essential. I have told you earlier in the last class itself. Uh, these are some of the factors which are essential to select a transducer. We have studied this in depth in the last lecture itself, and these are some more characteristics. Yeah, and we have started with this classification of transducers, active and passive, analog and digital transducers, and on the basis of transaction principle, then primary and secondary transducers and inverse transducers. So we have studied active and passive transducers. You might be recalling it. So active transducers are those which does not require any external power supply, external source, or they are called as the self-generating type of transducers. The active transducers are self-generating transducers and which operate under energy conversion principle. As the output of active transducers, we get an equivalent electrical output signal, example temperature or strain or electrical potentials without any external source of energy being used, right? So those are called as the active transducer, and this is the example of say the active transducer in which we have studied the piezoelectric transducer. Whenever we apply pressure on this crystal, then it vibrates and it gives you a voltage. Right. So this is a piezoelectric transducer. We will be studying this in depth. The next one is the classification of active transducers. So these active transducers have been classified into photovoltaic, thermoelectric, electromagnetic, piezoelectric, chemical, and others types. So we are mainly concerned with these four: photovoltaic, thermoelectric, electromagnetic, and piezoelectric. Right. My cursor is visible to you, active and passive. So the second one is the passive transducer. These transducer need external source of power, right, for their operation. So they are not self-generating. So they require external power supply to be provided, and it is just going to convert that power supply proportional to the physical parameters, which change in the physical parameters, which is to be measured, right? So yes, we are having this a DC power supply or an audio frequency generator is used as an external power source, and then these transducers produce the output signal in the form of variation in resistance, capacitance, inductance, or some other electrical parameters in response to the quantity to be measured, right? So whatever the physical quantity we need to measure, uh, accordingly the resistance, capacitance, or inductance, and some more electrical parameters are being changed. Main purpose of this passive transducers is they require external source of power, right? So that is why they are called as passive, because they are not self-generated, right? So they require external power source. Yeah, this is one of the example of that external passive transducer. This is a LVDT, linear variable differential transducer. This is a primary coil, and these are two coil bindings. Again, we are going to study this in depth in the coming classes. So the primary coil is being excited or energized by the power supply, which is given by the AC source, and this is that bar which is going to move to and fro, and accordingly there will be shifting of voltages. So this primary excitation will remain constant because it is given externally, and this is the movement that is supposed to be measured by this device, right? So the displacement is measured by this device that is called as linear variable differential transducer, right? And this is the green, this light green, light blue, I guess, wave shows you the light blue wave shows you the difference of these two secondary coils, secondary one plus secondary two. And then these are secondary one output and secondary two output. So yes, and the classification of passive transducers. So passive transducers are classified into these all types. So we'll be studying one by one: variable resistance, in which we are having strain gauge, thermistor, potentiometric, photoconductor, that is LDR, light dependent resistors. We were having practical on thermistor and photoconductor, that is LDR, and then depending on the variable reactance. So reactance can be inductive reactance as well as the capacitive reactance. In inductive reactance, in inductive reactance, we are having variable reluctance, variable permeability, and LVD. Capacitive reactance, and again we can change the resistance of this capacitor by changing the displacement. We'll study that. Then optoelectronics, where we are expected to have something which is related to light. So photoemissive, photoconductive, these are optoelectronic devices. And then lastly, the main type is Hall effect type, right? So yeah, in inductive type, we are having this LVDT over here. So these are all types of passive transducers. Then depending on the use of it, we are classified transducers as primary and secondary transducers. So some transducers contain the mechanical as well as electrical device. I have told you this for my project in MSc first year. I have made a strain gauge meter in which I have used a float and then a pot, right? So as the float moves up and down, the pot rotates. Yes. So as soon as this uh, mechanical arrangement is called as the primary transducer, and the pot is called as the secondary transducer. We have to do it in that. Right. This is one of the example where this is diaphragm, and when you press here, this strain is developed on the wires, and accordingly the resistance varies. This is what we also going to study this. And this is classification according to the say working principle of the concept of that. So we are having a capacitive transduction, electromagnetic transduction, inductive transduction, piezoelectric, that is pressure, photovoltaic, that is light, and photoconductive transduction. So these are some of the workings. We'll study this in depth. Okay. According to the transduction principle, now we'll study the first one is the capacitive transducer. Now, in capacitive transducer, what happens? The main definition of a capacitor is we are having two plates separated by a non-conducting medium. So these two plates, right? And the equation of that is given by, I guess, yeah. So capacitance is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r by r into A by D, where A is supposed to be the surface area of the plates, D is the distance between the plates, epsilon 0 is permittivity of free spaces, and epsilon R is the relative permittivity. So, yeah, absolute permittivity of the vacuum and relative permittivity. So, accordingly, if one of the parameters is being changed, the capacitor is going to vary, right? So as you can see over here, we are having two plates which are separated by a distance d, and it is having an area of cross section that is a, right? And when you increase or decrease this distance, then the capacitance increases or decreases. So capacitance is inversely proportional to the displacement between these two plates, whereas it is directly proportional to the overlapping area of the plate. So we can move this like this, so the capacitance can be varied. So this is the principle of capacitive transducer. I guess we have not studied this in last class. This is what we have started today. So working principle of a transducer, that is called as the, the classification according to the principle of transduction and how it is going to work. So this is a capacitive transducer. This is the area that we are having, and this is one more, that if you change the permeability, that is the say whatever non-conducting medium we are using between these two plates can be varied, and accordingly the capacitance can be changed. So these are this is the principle of a capacitive transducer. We have studied this in depth in our offline lectures in first year itself. Then one of the things can be varied. Uh, Second is the electromagnetic transaction. As I told you, electromagnetic, right? Electromagnetic means whenever we are applying, say, AC or AC supply to a coil, then EMF is induced in the another coil, or say the EMF is induced in the same coil. Depends on how you are going to use it, right? So that particular concept is called as electromagnetic transaction. The so in electromagnetic transaction, the measurement is converted to voltage induced in a conductor by change in the magnetic flux in absence of excitation, right? So electromagnetic transaction means whenever there is change in magnetic flux, right? Whenever there is change in magnetic flux, the EMF is induced in the another coil or in the same coil. The voltage is induced. Induced means it generates voltage. Right? So that is the basic concept of electromagnetic transaction, and this is the principle of that. If you are able to see here, we are having a coil, right? And what we are trying to do is we are trying to change the magnetic flux. As you are able to see, we are trying to take this bar magnet inside this pipe, and due to that, this due to the movement of this bar, there is change in magnetic flux, magnetic properties in the change in the magnetic properties of this, and accordingly, the EMF is induced in this coil. This is called as the self induction or self induction, right? So as you're able to see, this is what we are trying to do. We are just moving the magnet from one place to another inside the coil, outside the coil, and accordingly, the magnetic flux, that is the magnetic field of this, is changing. And if it changes, then it generates the voltage, right? So this is the basic concept of say electromagnetic transaction. So I guess you have understood this. Do you have any problem? Let me know. If you have any issues, kindly unmute yourself and ask. Yeah, this is one more example. We can have this type of arrangement also. So here in the first case, what we have done it was just we have used the magnetic magnet, right? So we have used the magnet, and here what we are trying to do is we are trying to say make a magnet by using a coil. सामने बेटा वो मिटा दो वहां से. Uh, so we are trying to make a coil, a magnet by using a coil itself, right? So we have supplied a battery over here, and then uh, whenever we apply the AC source to this coil, it becomes a magnet. And when we take inside and out that coil, then the EMF is generated in this coil itself, right? So current can be induced over there in the coil. So that was a good photograph that we are having. Yeah, so we are having these types of arrangements also. So these are magnet which is at rest, and when magnet is moving, we are having the current is induced in the coil. So if the magnet is at rest and means it is not in motion, then it will not induce or it will not generate any current. If it is in motion, then it will generate current. Similarly, we can make a magnet of this coil itself, and that coil will work as say as a magnet, and when we move up or to and fro, then it will generate say the voltage or the current is induced in the coil, right? This is the example of electromagnetic transducer. Then the third one is the inductive transducer. So inductive is almost the same. In inductive transactions, the measurand is converted into a change in the self inductance of a single coil. It is achieved by displacing the core of the coil that is attached to a mechanical sensor. Now, it is a passive type of a transducer, right? So, so electric, I guess yeah. So it will learn this in depth. So it is the simple coil, and whenever we say whenever we apply the AC source to a single coil, then uh, and when we move the core or a ferrite rod between that, then also there is change in magnetic flux and the EMF can be induced in the same coil. That is called as the say self-induction, right? So that is self-induction. So that can be also used. So this is inductive transducer, and then we have piezoelectric induction. So piezoelectric, as I told you, whenever piezo means pressure, right? Whenever we apply pressure to crystal, then it vibrates, and when it vibrates, it will generate a voltage, right? So a piezoelectric induction, the measurand is converted into a change in electrostatic charge, that is Q, or voltage, that is V, and generated by crystals. When mechanically it is traced as shown in this figure. So whenever we press or when you release that, press or release, then automatically due to that it will generate the EMF or current in that, right? So that was piezoelectric. Then photovoltaic. Photovoltaic means solar cells. So whenever the sunlight is say applied on the photoconductive cell, then it generates electricity. So you all know solar cells are the best example of it. The sunlight is focused on these cells, and due to this semiconductor, some of the electrons jump from this to this, and the EMF is generated, and the current is produced over there. So this can be more explained by this example. So we are having N-type and P-type crystals, and this is anti-reflection coating over there. These are electrodes, and when we drop, when we go, say, uh, when we focus sunlight on this, the electrons jump from say P type to say N type, and there is the EMF is generated. This is more comparatively explained in this diagram. So let us see this. So this is N-type and P-type semiconductors. I guess it is visible, and this is the depletion layer that we are having. Then, which is having positive ions and negative ions. And whenever the sunlight is focused on this, uh, what happens? These electrons jump and in the N-type, and the EMF is generated to that. Oh, oh. So the current starts flowing through these wires, and we can connect this to, say, the load or the light, and then it will generate. So this is according to the photovoltaic. Then photoconductive transaction. In photoconductive transaction, the measurand is converted to change in resistance of semiconductor material by the change in light incident on the material. So the best example is light dependent resistor, LDR, light dependent resistor. Whenever light is focused or incident on a semiconductor, then its resistance varies. So LDR, light dependent resistor, right? So that is there. And then lastly, we are having transducers, classification of transducers on the basis of working. So transducer and inverse transducer. So transducer converts non-electrical quantity into electrical quantity, whereas reverse transducer, inverse transducer conducts electrical quantity into non-electrical quantity. Can anybody give me the example of this transducer and inverse transducer which you use daily? कोई है जो बता सकता है एग्जाम्पल इसका? Anybody? Hello? Anybody can unmute and let me know. You use daily that transducer and inverse transducer, right, Bhavna? Good. You can unmute and
सर माइक्रोफोन्स हो सकते क्या?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल 100% हो सकता है बेटा, वही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं, अपन हर दिन यूज करते हैं पर हमको पता नहीं ये ट्रांसड्यूसर है. So microphone is the example, is the best example of transducer, and loudspeaker. Exactly, very nice, Bhavna. Exactly as said by Bhavna, it is the best example of say the reverse transducer. So जो ये reverse inverse transducer है, इसका example loudspeaker है. It is going to convert electrical quantity.
थर्मोमीटर भी हो सकते सर?
Hello?
थर्मोमीटर्स?
थर्मोमीटर्स ट्रांसड्यूसर में आते हैं. थर्मोमीटर्स में कौन सा थर्मोमीटर है? एक्चुअली कैसा है, थर्मोमीटर इज होल अ इंस्ट्रूमेंट, राइट? उसके आगे जो लगा हुआ है ना सेंसर मेटल का, दैट इज एक्चुअली द ट्रांसड्यूसर व्हिच इज गोइंग टू कन्वर्ट. हम लोग सिर्फ वो ट्रांसड्यूसर के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं जो सामने लगा हुआ है, व्हिच इज गोइंग टू चेंज, राइट? गोइंग टू चेंज दैट टेम्परेचर इनटू इलेक्ट्रिकल, फिर उसको प्रोसेस करके फिर डिस्प्ले में लाना, ये पूरा का पूरा एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट होगा. यही बात है. तो हम लोग जो स्टार्टिंग का पोर्शन है ना ट्रांसड्यूसर वाला, जो एक्चुअली कन्वर्ट करके हमको वोल्टेज, रेजिस्टेंस या करंट में देने वाला है, दैट पर्टिकुलर डिवाइस छोटा सा, उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं ट्रांसड्यूसर. समझा? तो थर्मामीटर में आपका जो डिजिटल थर्मामीटर आता है, उसमें जो सामने का पोर्शन है, दैट पर्टिकुलर स्मॉल पोर्शन, दैट माइट बी LM31 LM37 IC हो सकती है, या आपका सादा अपना थर्मिस्टर हो सकता है. थर्मिस्टर का प्रैक्टिकल था. थर्मिस्टर का मतलब होता है द चेंज ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस बाय द चेंज इन द टेम्परेचर. थर्मल रेजिस्टेंस. तो टेम्परेचर के वजह से रेजिस्टेंस यहाँ चेंज होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ थर्मिस्टर. सो थर्मिस्टर कैन वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल ऑफ say the transducer which is used in thermometer, right? तो थर्मामीटर में जो ट्रांसड्यूसर यूज होता है, दैट इज अ थर्मिस्टर. समझा क्या? सो पूरा थर्मामीटर इज अ इंस्ट्रूमेंट, बट उस इंस्ट्रूमेंट के सामने जो पहले चेंज करता है, दैट इज अ ट्रांसड्यूसर, राइट? सो ये ट्रांसड्यूसर का कंसेप्ट समझिए, बहुत अच्छा है, क्योंकि ये पूरा इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन सिस्टम जो भी है, ये इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन इट होल डिपेंड्स ऑन द ट्रांसड्यूसर. One way or the other, this electronics is to be applied somewhere to the इसको to the society, to the people, right? To be used in day-to-day life. तो इसको हम लोग अप्लाई कहाँ करेंगे? तो ये एप्लीकेशन जो पार्ट होता है, that is the basic of the electronics, right? Now we are trying to club this to this universe. We are trying to club this electronics to this. अभी कोविड-19 के पूरे सीजन में आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि पूरे के पूरे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट कितने धड़ाले से यूज. फॉर एग्जांपल बीपी मीटर है आपका, ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट है पूरा. थर्मोमीटर्स है आपका, ऑक्सीमीटर है, पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर है जिसमें आपके पल्सेस दिख जाते हैं. इवन वी आर हैविंग अ डिजिटल स्टेथोस्कोप, राइट? तो उसमें आपका हार्ट रेट भी आपको बताता है. तो आप इमेजिन करो कि पूरा का पूरा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स जो है, ये हम लोगों ने कोरिलेट किया. इवन वेंटिलेटर्स है, वेंटिलेटर्स देखे, ईसीजी मशीन देखी होगी आप लोगों ने. पूरा आप जब आईसीयू में जाओ तो आपको देखेंगे कि पूरे गैजेट लगे हुए हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स. दे ऑल आर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड वी कॉल देम एज अ बायोमेडिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन. सो उसका स्टार्ट कहाँ से होता है? दिस इज द बेसिक ऑफ दैट इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन सिस्टम। मतलब हमारा ट्रांसड्यूसर इज इम्पोर्टेंट। ईसीजी, ईसीजी क्या होता है? इलेक्ट्रोकार्डियोग्राफ। इलेक्ट्रोकार्डियोग्राफ में वी आर ट्राइंग टू टेक द पोटेंशियल्स ऑफ योर हार्ट। आपके हार्ट के पोटेंशियल्स ले रहे, वोल्टेज ले रहे, तो वहां पर हम लोग ट्रांसड्यूसर यूज नहीं करते, वहां हम लोग इलेक्ट्रोड यूज करते हैं। इलेक्ट्रोड क्या करता है? ये पोटेंशियल्स, ये वो जो वोल्टेज हमारे बॉडी में जनरेट हो रहा है, ये वोल्टेज वो लेता है और इस वोल्टेज को उसके बाद हम लोग एम्पलीफाई करते हैं और उसको हम लोग सीआरओ पर या उस पर दिखाते हैं, जो आप लोग वहां पीप 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 आपने देखा होता है, राइट? सो दोज आर इलेक्ट्रोड्स। इलेक्ट्रोड्स अलग है। ट्रांसड्यूसर्स क्या करते हैं? ये नॉन इलेक्ट्रिकल क्वांटिटी को इलेक्ट्रिकल क्वांटिटी में कन्वर्ट करते हैं। अब आपको बहुत मजे की बात बताऊं, जैसे अभी भावना ने कहा कि लाउड स्पीकर इज सपोज टू बी द इनवर्स ट्रांसड्यूसर। बिल्कुल बिल्कुल करेक्ट। क्या होता है लाउड स्पीकर का काम? जब उसको इलेक्ट्रिकल क्वांटिटी मिलती है तो वो वाइब्रेट होता है। ये वाइब्रेट होने की वजह से क्या होगा? सॉरी, ये वाइब्रेट होने की वजह से क्या होगा? हमारा जो ये है अपना जो एयर कॉलम है वो वाइब्रेट, और एयर कॉलम वाइब्रेट हुआ, इसमें डिस्टरबेंस हुए तो हमको क्या आएगा? आवाज आएगा, अगर वो हमारे ऑडिबल फ्रीक्वेंसी के रेंज में हुआ है तो, राइट? सो या सो साउंड वेव्स निकलेंगे उसमें से, एग्जैक्टली। अब आप उल्टी तरीके से सोचो, अगर मैंने स्पीकर को वाइब्रेशंस दिया तो क्या वो इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल्स जनरेट नहीं करेगा क्या? तो इन सम प्लेसेस हम लोग स्पीकर को एज अ माइक भी यूज कर सकते हैं, पर उसमें बहुत सारे डिस्टरबेंस, बहुत सारे नॉइज होता है, राइट? बट वी कैन यूज इट। यानी अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल्स देने के बाद हमारा जो वाइपर है वो साउंड का, वो वाइब्रेट होके हमारा एयर कॉलम वाइब्रेट हो रहा है और उसके कारण साउंड जनरेट हो रहा है, right? So this is the basic example of loudspeaker. But at the same time, when I apply force, or when I apply the changes in air column and it is focused on that paper of the speaker, then electrical signals are being also generated by that. Actually coil ही है वो, तो आपका एक मैग्नेट लगा हुआ है, उसके पीछे कॉइल लगा है, इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल्स की वजह से वो कॉइल वाइब्रेट होती है, और कॉइल पेपर को लगा हुआ है तो पेपर क्या होगा? पेपर वाइब्रेट हुआ, ऑटोमेटिकली हमारा एयर कॉलम वाइब्रेट हो रहा। अब हमने उल्टा कर दिया, हमने इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल्स दिए नहीं, हमने एयर को वाइब्रेट करना चालू कर दिया, हमारा कॉइल फिर मूव हो गया, और कॉइल मैग्नेट से अटैच होने की वजह से वो चेंज हो गया, तो क्या हो गया? हमारे इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल जनरेट हो गए। दिस इज हाउ इट गोज। So yes, absolutely. Loudspeaker is an best example of say inverse transducer, but at the same time, this can also be used as a transducer. So these are the classification of transducers according to the working principles of that, right? So these are passive transducers. So we'll study this in depth. I guess passive transducer will start by tomorrow. So today I will again repeat what we have studied. I guess we have studied from working principles, classification of, this is what we have completed yesterday in the last class, and this is where we have started from. So classification of transducers according to the working principle, I will just repeat it for you. So this can be classified into these many types: capacitive, electromagnetic, inductive, piezoelectric, photovoltaic, and photoconductive. Then yes, the first one is the capacitive transducer. I told you as that the base definition of a capacitor is two conducting plates separated by a dielectric medium. Two conducting plates separated by a dielectric medium. That is called as a capacitor. And this capacitance, the equation of capacitance is given by epsilon 0, epsilon r, a by d. And d is the separation between the distance, c is the capacitance in farad, epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free spaces, epsilon is the relative permittivity, and A is the effective surface area, overlapping surface area of the plates, right? And this can be changed like this. So you can vary the distance, you can vary the area, or you can vary the epsilon or permittivity, relative permittivity. You can change anything, and accordingly the capacitance varies. And this is called as the capacitive transducer. For the best example I have taken in my research, कि मैंने क्या किया था कि मेरे उंगली के अंदर से ब्लड जा रहा है, मैंने यहाँ एक प्लेट लगा दिया, यहाँ एक प्लेट लगा दिया, ये 2 प्लेट्स है, एंड डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ माय ब्लड, कैपेसिटेंस इज गोइंग टू वेरी, है ना। तो मैंने क्या किया, मैंने इसका परमिटिविटी चेंज कर दिया, यानी इसके बीच में जो डाइलेक्ट्रिक मीडियम, नॉन कंडक्टिंग मीडियम लिया, वो चेंज कर दिया, राइट। सो वी कैन यूज दैट. देन वी आर हैविंग second one is electromagnetic. I have told you, whenever there is change in magnetic flux, the EMF is induced in the coil. This is self-generating type of transducer. हम लोग इसको एक्टिव ट्रांसड्यूसर, राइट। ये एग्जांपल्स मैंने कुछ आपको दिए थे। हम लोग कॉइल का भी मैग्नेट बनाकर चेंज कर सकते हैं, अकॉर्डिंगली हमारा वोल्टेज कम ज्यादा हो सकता है। दिस कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर या इंडक्टिव ट्रांसड्यूसर इज वन मोर, जिसमें हम लोग म्यूचुअल इंडक्शन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। तो म्यूचुअल इंडक्शन में एक कॉइल में ही अगर हम लोगों ने फेराइट रॉड अंदर बाहर किया तो ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होगा, उसके में ईएमएफ इंड्यूस होगा, राइट। सो दैट इज द इंडक्टिव ट्रांसड्यूसर। दैन पीजोइलेक्ट्रिक, व्हेनेवर यू अप्लाई प्रेशर, आप वेट देते हो किसी चीज पर, जब आपका वेट आता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली वेट का मेजरमेंट करने के लिए पीजोइलेक्ट्रिक यूज कर सकते हैं। और फोटोवोल्टाइक, ये बताया मैंने, हमारा सोलर सेल इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ दैट, in which when we incident sunlight on that, so will the voltage is generated. So iska maine bahut acha example bataya. This is how it works. N type, P type semiconductor depletion layer, or whenever the sunlight is incident on this, then this holes in the P type jump in the N type, and due to that the current starts flowing through this, right. This is the basic principle. Then photoconductive transduction, ये बताया मैंने, LDR, light dependent resistors. Depending on the intensity of light, the resistance varies. So that is called as light dependent resistor. Then we have lastly completed this transducer and inverse transducer. Transducer means which converts non-electrical quantity into electrical quantity, and inverse transducer is which converts say electrical quantity into a non-electrical quantity, right. So both we have studied, and we have also studied the examples. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to study in the next class the actual transducers. So we are having resistive transducer, capacitive transducers, and so on and so forth. So मैं आपको बताऊंगा भी हम लोग उसमें क्या मेजर कर रहे हैं, डिस्टेंस मेजर कर रहे हैं, प्रेशर मेजर कर रहे हैं, टेम्परेचर मेजर कर रहे हैं, तो उसके हिसाब से we'll study in the next class. So if you have any problems, बताइए मुझे अगर कुछ है तो, so that we can rectify. Sir, ammeter, voltmeter can be inverse transducers. Yeah, ammeter and voltmeter can be used as inverse transducers. बिल्कुल, उसमें हम लोग करंट जब पास करते हैं तो हमारे को वो डिफ्लेक्शन देता है, राइट। बिल्कुल,
डिस्प्लेसमेंट,
हाँ, डिस्प्लेसमेंट देता है, हम लोग उसको यूज करते हैं,
करंट दे।
Exactly. So what I think whenever I teach is, I'm not teaching you a topic, but I am making you to think कि हम लोग उसको कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं, उसको कहाँ अप्लाई कर सकते हैं। Exactly, जैसे अभी निकिता ने उसको प्रॉपरली इंटरप्रेट किया कि हम लोग उसको इनवर्स ट्रांसड्यूसर बोल सकते हैं, 100% उसको बोल सकते हैं। This is what is to be thought of. Oh, sorry, I guess my sound is little bit low because speaker उधर घूमते घूमते वो साइड चले जाता है, इसलिए मैं अभी मुझे देखो। Okay. So I guess you have understood the basic concept of a transducer and a reverse inverse transducer, right? So आपको समझ में आ गया। अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे पूछ सकते हैं आप लोग, या फिर हम लोग क्लास वाइंड अप कर सकते हैं। So let me thank you very much for joining, and please go through my YouTube channel, watch my videos, like and subscribe, and if you wish, if you have any issues in that, you can also comment in the comment box. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care. See you soon in the next class tomorrow, hopefully at the same time. Bye. Good day.